channel, and today I'll be showing you guys the new Idol Master set, the blue color deck profile that I've built recently. So to start off, I'll be starting off with the main characters with 4 mana and 1 action point, which is I run like around 14 to 16 in my deck. So to start off, we have this impact one, which is named Toe. A beautiful card and the most expensive card, but the skill is, if you have this drawer, I just said drawer because I don't really know the name, drawer in the same line, and your opponent can choose this character with event or any character abilities. The second skill is when attacking. If you have used 4 or more cards from your hand this turn, you may gain an impact 1. So it's just a card to prevent getting selected, and the impact 1 is kind of hard to get, and 4 copies of this main boss actually in this profile. So the skill is actually okay, so on place, if you have used 3 or more cards from your hand in this turn, you may draw 3 cards and discard 1. And if you have this Toe in the same line, you when this unit gets retired from the field, you can rest one of your opponent's characters in front line. And after that, 3 copies of Toe, which is the unrated version, and now 2 copies of color. Sichuan something Cai, I don't know what it is, but basically it sits if you have Fu Wan, Xiao Xi in the same column, you get impact 1. So it's a costly action 2. It's a very costly impact 2. And second skill is to bounce one of your 4,000 below characters from your opponent character line, bounce back to hand. So basically it's impact 1 plus a retire skill or bouncing back. I've tried not running this because it's too costly and it drags down the whole speed of the deck, but I'll talk about it later. So I just run 2 of this, and 4 of the special. Your art is quite cool, but basically it says you may choose 1 5,000 or below characters and return it to hand. If you have 3 notchill character on your field, you may put it on the bottom of the deck. It's a very strong card, I guess. Not I guess, I've been playing for 5 days, something like that. This is actually a key card to win a match. Now that we've talked about the 4 manas, let's talk about the 0 manas that I play. Actually, I call him grade 0. I don't want to call him grade 0 because I just switched from Vanguard. So I just played this 4 of these copies. 1. We let you draw a card and discard 1 card from your hand, which is I think it lets you place 2 cards from hand, because ditching 1 actually plays 1 also, in my opinion. So actually it's very good, even if it's a starting point, because you won't get what you really want in the first place, in your first draw, I mean. So after that, we'll be running the Toe, the grade 0s, the 0 manas, 4 of those, and 2 of the Chi Chao, who lets you rest this and gives you 1 extra mana for the turn before the battle. I'm only running 10 zeros. I would like to run more, but when you have these amounts of 4 manas in the deck, you can't wish that. Yeah, so that's it. This is just for actually pacing the game up fast. So I just like my game to be faster, because if you set up properly, you can also only actually bring out your boss cards at the 3rd turn. So it's actually quite slow. With this card, you'll be maybe you get it on turn 2 if you're lucky. Up next is the 1 mana, which is okay. Let's say the drawer, but it's 1 mana. The skill is when it's retired, you can draw 1 card. But in Chinese translation or Japanese, which is Chinese also, it says when it leaves the field, you get to draw 1 card. So it's kind of different when you translate it. And 3 of this Sichuan, which is the copy. Let me find it. Yeah, we just wait. I need to rate this. I need to run 3 copies because I guess the 4 mana is taking too much space, and I don't like to get my pace dragged by using this. I will only combo it with actually this one and wait, where is it? The full one. So basically you draw 1 and then make it out, and then you get another draw, just to filter out your deck really quick, because this deck barely works with 4 special. It's the only win con actually, so you really need to find your special and just make your opponent despair if you want to win the game. Okay, so 3 copies. Last one is here. Yeah, 7 copies only of 1 minus. Which one here? So you mainly want to play defense from this deck after playing it for a few days. You want to like get draw power from getting this card, leaving the field, or retired. So you just want to get early blocks or something. This in this meta right now, you just can't survive if you're playing very slow and trying to play late game. Alright, let's talk about the 2 manas. We have this for I don't understand this so long. I don't watch the anime, so yeah. Skills: draw 1 card, ditch 1 card from hand pile, and reset 1 AP. This is a very good card to help you filter the what you need from this card. Initially, I was running my deck without this, but I really need the color because you hardly can guard any attacks, which is your only blocker. You want to be blocking only from this, only with this. But other than that, you don't really want to be blocking. So when you be damage checking, you actually want to get this color. That's the reason. Yeah, so back to the point, you actually want to combo it with this, which we'll talk about it later, because I think maintaining a healthy hand size is important for this deck. So that's why I've been saying to only burst in turn 3. That's the only way you can keep your hand size healthy and to not like fail in next round, I guess. Other than that, I'll be running for this drawers, but the unrated version, which is a small version. I'm for this because it's the only one. It doesn't have zero mana, so it's actually kind of sad. So yeah, other than that, yeah, it doesn't have 1 zero, so I would actually really like it if it's 1. It speeds up the whole game, but sadly it's 2, so you can only put it on turn 3 or something. The turn 3 skill is and place draw a card. Moving up to the 3 manas, I play 2 of this full one, Xiaxi. It's just for you to filter out the whole deck skill. It's just check top 3 of your card power of your deck and pick one with the Turgeon notchill, which says notchill here. Yeah, and then add it after hand, put the rest to your bottom, put them with your deck. So this game introduces you to not shuffle your whole deck in the whole game, except for Million. So the reason why I run 2 is just because I don't want to see extra cards turn 1 from drawing 3 cards, from searching from 3 cards above. I'll be putting too much cards that could help my deck run faster or speed up my main con, which this card actually ruins. I'll be only running because I'll be lacking mana, and to filter out the cards I need, which is the boss card, the drawer, which is this one. 4 copies in this deck with the main ability for you to draw this amount of cards is actually very important, so that's the only reason she's in here actually, and to boost up my mana count. Yeah, and around 3 copies of the event, which is that you put two notchill characters from top 5 of your deck, put the rest below. This card is actually very useful, but initially I was running 2, just because with the amount of draw power this deck possesses, it's actually absurd to run around 3, but after I've added back in this card, which I really need due to its defense, and this whole deck is surrounded by defense, it just makes sense to play 3. 4 is, I would say 4 is too much and waste your AP. Yeah, that's why, and the rest is your energy reset. Yeah, sorry, AP reset, which is Qichao. Well, sadly this doesn't have the terms and characteristics of the notchill. If not, this deck may be too OP, and also because its finals are around 4. You mainly want to have this. Okay, this is to speed up your win con. Yeah, obviously, and also to let you build up your whole field with a much more faster pace. So it's just, I think it's just obvious why you want 4. You also like to keep actually this special in your hand. So wait until your opponent gets out the boss card, and then you just boom, bye bye or something. You want to wait. Basically, you want to wait. So to talk about how to play this deck, you actually wanna find these event and actually about this as fast as possible, and filter your deck as fast as possible, because it just makes sense. If you find this, it basically gives you sort of a free gift if you play this. So it'd be really important to find it in your deck as fast as possible. Yeah. Secondly, the question is, what do you want to put up in your field first? The answer would be actually this one first. This one, then actually arguably you want this one first, so you can switch up your reset AP faster, which is Qichao, and you basically want both of them in your field with the same name. So basically it's a combo. So with the rated version, now it can't be chosen without triggering special and damage zone, and this with this and this both on the column, you can now block this with some humongous amount of attack, and then rest one of your opponent cards. So it's actually very important to see this in early stages, so you can actually control the whole board of what they want to do. And this is, after playing this, at first you might feel like, oh, it lets you ditch one of the notchill and reset one of your AP. But the fact is, most of the time it's just a blocker, and you want to wait until the next round to raid it, and unless you want to combo it, if the use 4 more cards in your hand, that's when I will use it, because it's basically a free blocker if you use the cost. And one friendly reminder is also keep in mind how much energy do you have, because most of the time all of your characters are these characters that you would need to raid, except for this that you couldn't raid. This, I didn't play the raid version, which is if the attack wasn't blocked, you would draw a card, and if the raided version of if the boss card, where are you? Oops, yeah, here. If this one leaves the field and this is on the board, the raided version, you can then choose one of the mini versions below it and add back to hand when it leaves the field. So yeah, you actually want to keep in mind how are you gonna spend your mana. This deck needs a lot of raiding, and the only cards that actually will be free on the energy line is, let me see, it's actually this card, which sometimes you will need to push out, and this, which is only 1 mana, and also the, let me see, where's the 1 mana thing? Yeah, you also the one that lets you switch back to hand. Yeah, the combo piece that I talked about just now. Yeah, this one. This like only these two pieces is the one that you will see in your energy line. I just see, you may see them sometimes, like these cards, but if you can't get them early, like set them as soon as possible, it means that you'll be lagging. You'll be like slower to set up this. Like completely, and with, how should I say this? 稳定. Yeah, the stability is gone because you'll be needing to set like one of these back to field, which costs you one extra AP. Yeah, so that's a pre-plan actually. It's alright. Why that this card, the drawer, is actually the main piece, is because it just speeds up to put all the things in the hand, and by placing like 4 cards to the drop zone, to outside area thing, I call it drop zone. So this card Paul or some shit, I don't really know the name. You're already sacrificing your whole hand size. That's why I only run 3, which, because to pay the cost of this impact one, I might actually even be faster by using this, which I even got extra ability to bounce one up to hand. Sometimes it may even be slowing down your opponent 2 rounds or something, depending on the situation. That's why I've switched back to 2. 3 is too much because this stucks your whole hand after trying a few times. So this deck actually plays by letting you touching the whole deck and filtering out, getting these cards to your hand as fast as possible. That's actually a win con, is to set up your opponent. Once they get their boss card out, you just put it back to the bottom of the deck, which they can never find by the regulations of this game. And this to just speed up your whole fucking game. Because look, if you combo with this, the game will be so fast. You'll be actually paying 1 cost only for this bounce back to hand, and then 1 impact 1 for free, and you will actually even get like a free extra card if you play this, or the rated version, which is this. It's actually how the whole game works. You just want to actually keep both of these on the field, if not same time, because if you didn't make them come up in the same time, your opponent would just go blowing them off and with special 1 by 1. You're not even using the skill. You're actually getting a disadvantage over it. Yeah, I believe that's the whole concept of this deck. Yeah, so I actually quite like the foil of the art, but not actually the actual figure. Actually like long hairs, like this. Sadly, it doesn't come in SR. It's kind of sad, the box cards actually. Yeah, I believe this is an fan deck profile. Thanks for watching.